Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the UCLA Bruins and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in with the Bruins head coach before the game. This running back has been a revelation all season long. They brought him in the transfer portal, and he has delivered each and every week. We see the chemistry grow between he and the quarterback and their offensive line. Now in playoff contention, making some noise in the top 15. They are starting to be a team to contend with, and it is all because of this running back and how he is fueling this offense. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Gives it on the option. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. That false start really puts them in the hole. Here comes 2nd and 14. Iamaleava unloads it left. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Looking for more room. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Running behind that left side. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing Russell. Extending the play. And they stop him short of the goal line. They'll mark it at 3.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. 2nd and long working here. Here's Iamaleava to throw. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack, first down, just throwing an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
High crowd, rolling noise, down on the Saban field on 3rd down. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. And the Bruins line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First one of the day is on its way, and he's been sort of scarce around here, only called on 1 time in that loss last week. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That's caught. It's Edwards. Open space at the 25. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on 1st down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass. Defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play in the offense. I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
The linebacker was not fooled at all. He read his keys. He saw the running back release out of the backfield. He's got some speed and wheels himself to run with him. And, yeah, the running back made the catch, but he went right down to the ground. Really nice job that time by the linebacker.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Now Iamaleava. Here's the pressure. And pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Going to the running game. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Russell on play action. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. Shakes off the defender. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Picks up the first down. At midfield, he's got room. Flying down the left side. He is in. Touchdown, Bruins.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. And he's not going to take the touchback. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. The Tide ready to roll on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3-and-out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Still on his feet at the 45. Got a lot of room to the right. Inside the 10, and he scores! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Pulled and fired complete. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. A
like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Now on the move. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Throwing, Imaliava. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast, he's elusive, can make big plays. Nice job by the defense keeping him in the pocket and getting the sack.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Deafening noise. Here's Imaliava. Fires on the move. Got him, and nobody's close. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Bruins are rolling down the field. And run inside. It's Knight. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. All right, that's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
On 2nd and 10, a 4-wideout set, trips right. Imaliava. Bringing the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Say it in the gun on third down. It's complete. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
There's some room. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Gain of 19 on the play. And that's a first down for the offense.
The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the move. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Well, I love the fight from this offense on this drive especially, and they've been physical, and they've had a lot of success moving it down the field, running the football. They're trailing by 2 possessions. Down in the red zone, third down here. This is critical. They have got to be able to score a touchdown and cut this thing and make it a one-possession game. It'll be interesting to see what they dial up on third down now.
Touchdown, UCLA! Quick strike through the air for the score. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. 75 yards on the touchdown drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Snags a quick pass on the left. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5. Let's talk about Alabama. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
And that's a good second down run. Commit to the running game, run the football, great gain, great job by the offensive line. Keep it rolling.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Back to the ground game on the left. And he'll be brought down.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to power their way ahead. Got a little grass. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the 1st, and keeping this drive alive.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that 1st down.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, 1st down. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
And this offense, right, they are in a groove. They are in a rhythm, just finding themselves play after play. Everything they're dialing up right now is working. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm not changing a thing. I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing because this defense has had 0 answers.
Trying to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for 1 more snap to put up points before the half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here.
UCLA.
They'd love nothing better than to add a 3 ball here before the break. And this one splits the uprights. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, week 9, kind of a week where we separate the pretenders from the contenders here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the number 19 team, the Arizona State Sun Devils. And it's the Mountaineers coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. They win their second straight game, and talk about doing it in style. That margin of victory is a head-turner.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
Here now.
There he goes. The 40, past the 30, running inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
They'll go right back to him. Touchdown, Bama! And they take it in for 6 more points. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Morgan. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UCLA will go back to work on offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Keep it on the ground. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Now, that pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Fourth down, Iamaleava. Pocket breaking down. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Nice job by the defense there. You talk about when you have your foot on the neck of your opponent, you just keep the pressure down, right? You don't take it off. And with that opportunity, on fourth down in their opponent's territory, you get the stop. You now get an opportunity here in the second half to build on your 2 possession.
Quarterbacks work so hard on those mechanics, but sometimes things start moving fast and they get away from it.
It does, and when you get on that back foot, a lot of times that ball's going to drift, and you're not coming through the target, so you're not putting enough mustard on it to get it to finish through your target and the ball to get there in a hurry. So all those mechanics are things you work on, but you're right. When you put a defense in front of you, it kind of changes that thing a little bit. Extended the lead and taken control here in week 9.
The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's Iamaleava to throw. That pass is incomplete.
And this offense has got to find a way to get some gimmies, some layups, some screens. They need some yak, some yards after the catch. They got to find some guys that can make some plays for this offense because it's just boom or bust. There's not a lot of consistency. They got to put some first downs together, put some drives together, be more consistent.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the middle. He's got it. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down. And the Bruins moving quickly to the line. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting first down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a talent to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Throwing, Iamaleava. Makes the catch.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Breaks into the open. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Listen, his team's obviously down in this game, but it's not his fault. I mean, this guy showed up to play. He's been churning out big play after big play. Already over 100 yards rushing in this game. He's carrying his weight. He needs his buddies around him now to pick up the slack a little bit and help get this team back in the game.
Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
I tell you what, the offense, they get the big run play, and then what are you thinking? Maybe play action, take a shot. How about the defense? They were ready to roll. Even though they gave up the run, they didn't just play the run. They were ready for the pass and got the big sack.
They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Knight. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bruins! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And you got to give the offensive line all the credit for that one. The QB had over 5 seconds to find his open target down the field. Great job up front in pass protection for that touchdown throw.
And they did tack on the extra point.
34, UCLA, 21.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Looking to the end zone. It's incomplete.
And you got to feel good about where you're at on this field, man. The defense forces the turnovers, sets you up so good. Now, the whole playbook is wide open. First down, they go with the pass. I would not be surprised if they turn right around here, try to get more physical, try to run the football, and try to capitalize on this field position.
Iamaleava. Pressure coming. Caught. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
And here comes money down for this offense. Third down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the field starts to shrink, you get on this side of the field, you're down by 10 points, man. You need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, you're thinking touchdown, not field goal. And they really got to be physical, establish this run game, and do everything they can to get 7 on this drive.
Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Fires to the end zone, and the pass falls incomplete, and we played 3. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's 4th down for this defense.
And I think it's go time now at this point of the game if you're on offense, because you need a touchdown. You have this golden opportunity down close to the goal line. Who is a playmaker you can identify offensively that you know can win one-on-one to get you the score?
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Ruins. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with a W.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for room, it's Riley. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Here's the return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
And that's not a surprise play call for this offense. A lot of times, man, after a tackle for a loss or a play that goes behind the line of scrimmage, they want to get those chunky yards back. They want to get back to 3rd and manageable. They dial up the screen. They get some positive yards. Now put themselves in a position to be more successful on 3rd down.
3rd down in the gun, Iamaleava. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
Makes the grab. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that 4th down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy is not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Running inside. It's Knight. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you set up 4th down.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. to keep the drive alive. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down and you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Maybe a crease. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
They're going to ride this running back.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Switch it.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Bruins call timeout. It's their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. Touchdown tie. Rolled his way into the end zone. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Here's a throw downfield late. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, Logan.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. The run inside. It's Riley. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
And after they get him on the ground, that's going to do it.